Kunle learned how quiet a house could be after death. Not the peaceful kind pastors talk about. This silence had weight. It pressed against his chest like unpaid debt. Morenike had been buried 3 days ago, yet her slippers were still by the door. Kunle Adeyemi was a respected man in Lagos, strategy consultant, panel speaker, church donor, the kind of man younger men quoted on LinkedIn. At home, he barely spoke. Morenike woke before dawn every day, ironed his shirts, packed his lunch, balanced the house accounts. She did not nag, did not shout, did not demand explanations. That was why Kunle cheated. Not because his marriage was bad, because it was quiet. He slept with women from conferences, co-working spaces, even a client's cousin once. Nothing dramatic, no love, no guilt. When Morenike asked, "Will you be home early today?" he said, "I'll see." She nodded, always nodded, and every night she waited. Morenike knew. She knew the perfume that wasn't hers, the deleted messages recovered by accident, the sudden kindness after long absences. She never confronted him. Instead, she bought a small brown journal. Inside, she wrote dates. March 12. Came home 1:47 a.m. Did not ask why I was awake. April 3. Smiled at his phone all through dinner. May 9. I prayed for him tonight. I hope he chooses me. She also wrote apologies. Apologies she planned to give him. I'm sorry I became invisible. I'm sorry I stopped laughing. I'm sorry I waited instead of speaking. She believed silence was loyalty. Kunle believed silence was peace. The call came at 7:18 a.m. Bus accident. 3rd Mainland Bridge. Brake failure. By the time Kunle arrived, Morenike was already covered. No dramatic last words, no unfinished argument, just a body that no longer needed explanations. At the burial, people praised her. Good woman, patient wife. He was lucky. Kunle nodded like a man receiving condolences, not accusations. He found the journal a week later, tucked beneath folded wrappers in her box. At first, he skimmed. Then his hands began to shake. She had written about days he didn't remember, moments he had erased. She described him better than he knew himself. Then the letters. Letters she never sent. Dear Kunle, today I almost asked you if you still love me. I didn't. I didn't want to sound needy. Dear Kunle, if you notice me without me asking, I think I will forgive everything. Dear Kunle, I am waiting. Waiting. That word followed him. Kunle changed. He stopped cheating, stopped attending events, stopped sleeping. He visited the grave every Sunday. He read apologies aloud. I didn't know. I was blind. I should have chosen you. The ground did not respond. At night, he imagined alternate futures. What if he had come home early? What if he had listened once? He began drafting responses to her letters. Long ones, careful ones, useless ones. On the final page of the journal, written 2 days before her death, Morenike had written, "If I die waiting, let it be known that I stayed because I hoped. But hope is not love returned, and silence is not forgiveness." Kunle closed the book. For the first time, he understood. She hadn't been patient. She had been abandoned in slow motion. Kunle still lives in the same house, still successful, still respected. But every night, he sets 2 plates and eats alone. Because apologies only matter before the grave learns your name. Moral lessons to this story is that neglect is abuse with good manners. Silence does not mean peace. It means someone gave up. the apology you delay becomes a speech at a burial. Love ignored does not explode, it disappears. If you love story like this, like, share, comment, and subscribe for more wonderful stories like this to come your way. Bye.